Good evening. This is Bill from Europa, Naples, and tonight I have this rather attractive 2004 Mercedes-Benz SL500 Roadster. Every SL is a pretty hot car, and this one is no exception. It's finished in pewter metallic outside, it's got ash leather inside, it's got some good options, nice package from 04, and what an amazing piece. I mean, they really, really are. You just have to hand it to SLs. There's a leaf blower. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's almost 6 o'clock at night and they're going nuts with the damn leaf blowers. Assholes. Forgive my language. Anyway, 2004 SL500 Roadster. This was truly the first sort of supercar SL, if you will. They'd always been great cars. They'd always been very well built. The 129, the generation before this is the R230, was a great car, but this sort of brought it to another level. I mean, it is made to just chew up the Autobahn at, high rates of speed, bring a German orthodontist to work at 150 miles an hour, and to feel very good doing so. The lines are absolutely beautiful, classic Mercedes, and everything is just lovely on this low mileage car, just 47,000 on there. You can see beautiful big twice pipes at the bottom. You see it's got the parking sensors. It has Parktronic front and rear. Let me show you something akin to a miracle on this car. Look at these little flaps here. I defy you to find another 03 or 04 that still has those flaps intact, unless somebody has taken the time to change them out at Mercedes. And they're not cheap because they're part of a whole big assembly. So this car has seen some really loving ownership. You can also tell that by the Michelins it's wearing. When somebody buys tires that cost twice as much as ones they can get away with, they're really loving on the car. Anyway, you can see everything nice all around, very, very proper. Pewter is just a terrific color for this car. It does have a folding hard top, so let's run that up. Forgive me, that leaf blower is really throwing me for a loop here. I just wasn't expecting it. And he's getting closer. God, I always feel like there's a conspiracy to get me with leaf blowers. So this thing does have keyless go. To start it, we can put our foot on the brake and tap the start-stop. And this big flapper thing, way more than it needs to be, just push down on that. Now what's going to happen is the trunk's going to come up from reverse. The top's going to start folding forward, and I'm going to stop about halfway and get out so you can have a look at it. Very, very cool mechanism. Jesus, what do you got, a supercharger on that thing? Not this thing, the leaf blower. So it seals nicely into place there. Up go the windows, and down comes the trunk. And I've got the windscreen there, which I'm just going to flip back. And now we have basically a two-seat coupe with a hard roof in place. Look at that. What a good looking piece. Look at the lovely lines on this thing. The xenon lights up front, the big star in the grille. Just absolutely beautiful car. God, I like pewter as a color. I really, really do. You can see back here, these pieces are in really good shape, all things considered. Definitely show that this was a garage-kept vehicle. Now, inside the trunk, God, I hope you can hear me over that stupid thing. All right, move that divider forward, and you see you have a pretty big trunk. Now, if you have to run the top, you have to have this thing down, and you can't have anything on top of it, or else you're really going to screw things up. So if you need more cargo, just leave that forward, pile it high. Otherwise, stuff what you need in there, get this thing down, and the top will work for you. All right. Let me get that top down so I can show you another cool feature. Now, to do that in reverse, we're going to pull back and hold. Up comes the trunk again. Down go the windows, it releases, and back it goes. You can see it's a very fast mechanism. Fast enough to be used at a traffic light. Nice. Okay, so now we run our windows down, and we're back to having a convertible. Now, if I want to run a roll bar, and some guys do in these things, you just press that little button underneath the flapper. And there you can see, up comes the roll bar. Now, that thing would come up automatically in the event of calamity to you know, prevent, you know, your head from getting crushed. So it's a good thing. The roll bar is your friend. But if you want to put it up stylistically, you can do so. All right, and I've got this neat little compartment there in the back open. You can see it's got all the books in there and the nav discs. Very nice. Close that. Over on the other side, there you go. You got your CD changer. Kind of dark, but I hope you can see it. Also, if you press this little button here on the side of the seat, very nicely moves it forward automatically, leans it forward, and lets you get to this great little cargo area. Again, your CD changer's in there. Now, if you have like, let's say you're an architect and you've got a roll of plans, or you know, some kind of ridiculous thing, or you know, you're part of a leather store and you have that thing they made in 7 to do the hooker in it, you would put that on this package shelf and you would remove this little seat belt here, put it down, and it seals very nicely into place. So very, very proper all around. Then you retract it, hopefully not that violently, press this little guy, and back goes the seat. Now let's say that you've got your cargo in the back seat, or sorry, in the trunk, and oh my God, how do you reach it? You just have this little slit here. You're never going to get it. It's certainly not going to come out. You just press that red button, up comes the top, and gives you access, very, very nice, to this cargo area. Put that back down, down it goes, and you're good to go. Hear that nice rumble from the V8 down there, and listen to those twice pipes. Very, very nice. All right, let's have a look under the hood. Under here, you're going to find a big V8, 5-liter, 302 horsepower, tons of torque, buttery smooth, very, very sweet motor. You can see we have a Mercedes-Benz battery in there, and that's another good thing, because any guy who pays 3 times for a battery what he should is probably changing his oil and looking after it otherwise. So everything nice and proper under the hood. Again, just 47,000 miles on this thing, so really, really working nice. Let's hop in and go for a spin. Thank God that weed whacker stuff. I mean, that thing just threw me for a loop. All right, so what do we got in here? Beautiful door panels. You got side airbags. You got black up top, gray beneath. Beautiful burlwood trim. Lovely nickel-looking door pulls there. Of course, your windows, your 52-way power seats, your memory seats, your trunk release. We've got cool seats and hot seats. You can have both at the same time, apparently. Inside here, you got a great little map pocket to put stuff. You got automatic headlamps, which we're going to turn on. There you see just 47,000 miles on the clock. Very low miles on this car. Got our seatbelt on. Beautiful leather wrapped dashboard. Really, really nice. Nice, simple instrument cluster. You know, not more than you need and not less. You've got multifunction stuff here in the steering wheel. Over here you've got Mercedes-Benz Command unit that gives you AM, FM, CD, of course your CD changer. Does have navigation, but you know, frankly, you know, from 2004, it's like having Pac-Man in the dashboard. You got some cup holders here, nice stuff. Come on, flip down. There you go. You got your Perrier bottles, you stuff them in there, very nice. Over here you got a glove box, and looks like it's been locked. And of course your keyless go, your shifter with the start stop. Comfort Sport, we're in Comfort now. This guy raises and lowers the car, so let me show you that. Let's say you need some extra ground clearance. Good Lord. You need some extra ground clearance. Press it once for a little bit, twice for a lot. So let me jump out real quick and you'll see the car is rising up. Look at that. So now we've got like 4-wheel drive style clearance. Like going out that driveway, for instance, that'll make it so we don't have to scrape the bottom. Pretty nice stuff. Down here you've got all your different settings for, you know, the lumbar, back support, pulse, that sort of thing. Very, very proper. All right, let's get a seatbelt on and keep going. So, of course, your dual side climate control. Over here, we're going to get it back down to normal ride height. This turns off the towing if you know, the alarm sensor. If it's going to get towed, God forbid. Electronic stability program, that'll turn off your traction control if you want to light up the rear tires. This turns off the parking sensors if the beeping starts annoying you. And then ABC Sport Suspension was a giant leap forward for Mercedes in terms of their suspension. It replaced sway bars, and you know, what it essentially does is dampen all the shocks individually at a moment's notice to really keep the car level and straight. So if you're taking a really hard left-hand turn, it's going to pump up the right so the car doesn't roll over towards the right. You know, conversely, it'll, you know, pump up the left if you're taking the left. If you're hitting the brakes really hard, it'll pump up the front. And what it's trying to do is keep the car as level and stable as possible. It's a fantastic suspension system. All right, away we go. So again, the SL Roadster is all about two-seat motoring at its finest. V8 powered, rear drive, lots of torque, lots of oomph. If I wanted to, I could fly in between these trucks. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be a good citizen and just keep cruising nicely. So I'm gonna go over to the sport setting just in case that helps. And we're gonna take a left here, and I've got my wind deflector deployed, so that's keeping the noise down inside. I've got some cool seats on, and you feel a little hint of that torque from under the hood there. Beautiful feel from the steering. Let's see what happens if I hammer it. What happens is really fun V8 stuff. You saw that flashing light in the dash. That was the traction control preventing the rear tires from lighting up. That's basically a German nanny telling you can't have as much fun as you want to, but you can defeat her, at least for a minute, by pressing that button. Either way, what a great car. 2004 Mercedes-Benz SL500 Roadster, 47,000 miles, absolutely mint, terrific color combo, joy of driving. Just a lovely piece all around. If you have an interest, give us a call, 239-649-7300, on the web at mercedesexpert.com. Thanks so much for having a look. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you with the next one. Take care.